This is News 6 Tonight. Hey, welcome to News 6 Tonight. Glad to have you with us as we're streaming. Let us know who you are, where you're from, what you're doing. This is a very special moment for us because I think this is the first time we've ever done the show. Take Ginger's one shot, and behind her, you're going to see light.
You know, that's just my inner light. It's lighting up the whole.
Okay, we know that doesn't exist. So, Ginger, very, very glad to see you after a nice weekend.
It was a nice weekend. The weather was great. I'm sad about that, losing that hour of sleep. But the payoff is you get longer days. Which,
yes, that is very nice. Yeah. I will say this Monday is Mondaying. One of the worst news days, definitely of the year so far.
That we
just
had
some
in a long
heavy
time.
Stories that just make you feel like crap.
And we do this show so we can bring you up to speed on the stories and bring you a different perspective. And there's some of them that are so bad today. We're like, there's no different perspective on this. There's nothing else you can say. Just that's awful. That's terrible. And the person who did something like that, just there's a special place for them. So we have so many stories like that. But there's one story we have to tell you about because we started covering this as breaking news on Friday. And it is tragic. It comes out of Flagler County. And when we heard the first inkling of it, we knew it was going to be an awful day Friday, and learning more details, it continues to be a horrific story on this Monday. There was a 20-year-old college student who says she did not know she was pregnant. She delivered her baby at home and said that she didn't realize any of this could happen, and they found the baby buried in a shallow grave in her backyard. And there are other details to go with that, but the new thing today is that the Sheriff's Department, they said that they know for sure, with great certainty, that this 20-year-old watched her baby die. And that's the part that is just so disheartening. Our correspondent Molly Reed has more details.
My friend had told me that she had been secretly pregnant. And this morning she had given birth.
The Flagler County Sheriff's Office says that's the call they got from Demigillo's friend on Friday morning. She wanted a welfare check done. Investigators then went to Demigillo's house on Florida Park Drive in Palm Coast. Deputies say the 20-year-old admitted there she had the baby on the toilet the night before. She told them she heard the baby cry. Sheriff Rick Staley telling us today they found more evidence now proving she cleaned the bathroom while the baby died in the toilet.
She did tell us that she was hoping that the baby would hurry up and die.
Investigators say Demigillo then put the baby in a duffel bag in her closet. She then left to go to a college class and went to perform in a play. When she came home, they say she buried the baby in the backyard.
The cause of death, preliminarily, was that the baby died from drowning.
Demigillo told investigators she didn't know she was pregnant.
We personally think she knew she was pregnant. Based on some of the evidence that we have between text messages.
Again, it's one of those stories where there's just no great way to present it except just telling you the hard facts. And right now she is charged with aggravated manslaughter, but that could be upgraded as more evidence is being viewed in this case. And they are still trying to answer the question, where is the baby's dad?
Right.
Where is the father of this child? And just so people know, they have safe haven boxes in many communities and many counties where if you have a baby and you don't want anything to do with this baby, you have a certain period of time where you can put that baby in a box. The box, as soon as it detects a body, silent bells will ring 3 times to let the authorities know there's something in this box without alarming or scaring the baby. But you know right away. So you wonder if it's too hot, if it's too cold. No, as soon as that box feels pressure, that alarm goes off, goes right to the authorities. They know to go to that box. And I just hope that if someone struggling out there needs that information, that they take it and use it and do with it what they will. Or if you know someone who's struggling, you can tell them about the box.
Yeah, awful story. It's strange to hear her friend talk about how she talked to her and she seemed to basically be disassociating with reality about what was happening. And she decided she was going to go to a play and just leave the dead baby there. I mean, just the details of this really hard to digest.
And, not not making excuses and not trying to judge anyone, but this is an awful story. But people process tragedy and grief in their own certain way, and we can't know what was in this young woman's mind, but we certainly know that baby deserved better.
I think we'd all agree on that. All right. Well, let's turn to a story in Osceola County now, where investigators are asking people who have been pulled over in that county, hey, the guy who pulled you over, was that a real cop?
Was he in a hoopty?
Was that dude driving a hoopty? Now, so an 18-year-old got pulled over on Buenaventura Boulevard Thursday night. He said there was an SUV blocking traffic. This is his video here. And you can tell an 18-year-old shot it because it's in vertical. And so look at this Blazer. It's a 2003 Chevy Blazer. And what the kid's yelling out the window is, does a cop really drive a car like that?
He was car shaming him.
But he has blue lights. There's a guy in the red shirt right there. And so let's listen. I think we have a little sound from this. No, we don't have any sound from this story.
Let's lip read.
Yeah, I'm going to give you, I think his voice sounds like this. No, he's basically yelling at the kid saying he's a bad driver. He told the cops, he said, hey, I was once a cop in Puerto Rico. I do a little defense work. And they're like,
didn't he say he worked for the Department of Homeland Security or something? Or some federal job.
Every badge. And his name's Carlos Barros Villahermosa. Here's a look at the guy. Obviously, you're not allowed to pretend that you're a cop, and you're definitely not allowed to have blue lights on your car. You can't. Some lights are okay. You're not allowed to have the blue ones. Those are just for the cops. So he was arrested for impersonating a police officer, false imprisonment, and if you got arrested, or not arrested, but pulled over by this guy in this old Blazer and a T-shirt, what are you thinking? So it was interesting watching the video because the young man, the 18-year-old who's pulled over, he says, bring in another cop, call another cop to help you with this. And that's when the guy was like, yeah, okay. He turns around, jumps in his car and starts driving off. And so, but he had the video of him. He had the proof that this happened. Just a kind of a wild story of this guy.
It really is. And the thing is, he scuffled off right after the kid questioned his car. And I feel like that in itself is kind of telling, but thank goodness the kid had a video of it, because that's how officers were able to get evidence and figure out who this guy is. So he's taking video of the kid, and the kid's like, right back at you. Yeah. And only this is really going to be used as evidence.
As soon as this guy gets out, he's going to buy a Dodge Charger. Don't you think?
Don't think of
Ford Explorer, something.
Stop giving him ideas.
Not a 2003 Chevy Blazer. No cop in the world has ever driven one of those.
Does it make good financial sense? Yes. Yes, it does. It's probably paid for, Yeah, but anyway,
absolutely.
Thank goodness it didn't turn out any worse than what it did, because if he had a gun and a badge, what is he thinking? And how many other people has he pulled over like this? Because you see lights and you automatically start to panic. I mean, I know I do. Even if you're not doing anything wrong, you could just be like minding your business and you see lights, it just sets off something in your brain.
Well, you would wonder, maybe, is this some sort of new weird undercover?
Yeah,
is this
happening?
21 Jump Street and they had the same car from back then? I don't know. But
okay, we're going to move on to a story it didn't happen here, but of course there was a Florida connection, as there always is, we like to say. And generally it's not a good connection, not a connection we are interested in. But superstar pop icon Rihanna, who is a billionaire, by the way, because she's a savvy business lady. She has a cosmetics line that
I buy some of her makeup, believe it or not.
We wear Fenty.
We do wear Fenty. I use it to contour. I shouldn't say that.
We have makeup talk in the green room. Yeah. But she, and she also has a line of lingerie, Fenty X, and it's very successful. This is a mom of 3 kids. She has children with with a rapper called A$AP Rocky, but this is her home in Beverly Hills. And the fact that some woman was able to get up close enough to fire shots into her home, and she fired off quite a few shots. I think authorities said like 7 hit the house. Right? And they are like, what in the world? Now, no one was hurt. That's the important thing. But police say that Ivana Lisette Ortiz parked outside of Rihanna's giant mansion and shot it up several times. And they know this because they found assault rifle casings and a gun outside. And this woman has a history. Back in 2023, she was arrested twice and charged with battery, domestic violence. And that's just one of the things we've learned about her so far. She has more of a criminal background that we're digging into in trying to figure out what is the deal. But she used to live here in Central Florida, and that's how we know some of her history. But it's just kind of frightening. One report says that Rihanna was home with her kids, and another report says that she wasn't there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. But what if the bullets went into the house, and here this woman is with her family? Now we're talking about a different story, and it's not that it's lighthearted right now, but it's a different kind of story if she hits any of those 3 kids or Rihanna herself.
Yeah.
It's just a crazy,
If you're
crazy
Rihanna,
story.
you're wondering, when is this lady going to get out? Is she just going to come right back over to my house? Because, I mean, the thing is, most people, unless you live in a gated neighborhood, and in Hollywood, the Hollywood Hills, most of
Just
these
open.
crazy mansions, you're just on the street, and they do tours where you can see, this is where
and
Harrison
they point
Ford
out where
lived.
you live, which is how we find out. Very often, you'll find people like Jennifer Aniston will not wake up, but she'll find somebody in her house, and these people just have access. They just know where, because you're put on a map, so to speak, and these stalkers can find out where you live. And just, I'm not calling her a stalker. I'm just saying that's how we end up doing some of these stories with people ending up in these Hollywood, these giant mansions. And this is why, because a lot of them are not behind a wall.
Yeah, interesting story.
We'll figure out more about her, and we'll bring you the latest on ClickOrlando.com.
Central Florida reference,
and
to
we
these
don't,
national
and we always
stories.
don't like it.
Yeah. All right. Well, this might surprise some of you at home, but lawmakers in the state of Florida might not be getting the old job done on time.
Can you zoom in on our shocked faces?
They've been working. They have their little legislative session that takes place. It's finished this week, and the budget, the one thing
that's the most important thing.
we have goals, right? You and I have the 3, the 5, the 6, the 4.
And we have to be there. We have to show up.
Our job is to show up and make sure those shows get done. Well, these guys are not. I'm sure it will get done eventually, but there's a budget issue right now. Daniel Perez, he's the president of the House. He says it's not getting done this week. He confirmed what many have suspected. Chambers won't be able to resolve the budget differences in time to wrap up before Friday's planned session end date. So they have to come to a consensus. And then you basically have a 3-day cooling off period where you can analyze things and just
Sit back and take a look and see what
It's
happened.
like if somebody sends me a nasty email, I have a 24-hour
Don't
cooling
respond
off
right away.
period.
Yeah.
So that's what they do with the budget here. But they are $1.4 billion apart right now, the House and the Senate. Senate's okay spending a little more.
I like how you have this little gap right there. It's like, let's go here.
Out of $115 billion.
That's true, but still.
1% of the budget is what they're scrapping over here.
But that's a big part still.
It is. And some of it has to do with education and other important factors. So they're going to have to hammer these out. They're going to have to compromise. If only they had a couple of months to figure it out, to not come down to the last second.
I believe what you're saying is they did.
They did. And it's an interesting time because a few years ago, I always bring this up, the House, the Senate, the governor, they were all in lockstep.
Yeah.
Everybody was just going. Every Republican pretty
Not
much
now.
was just, now they don't agree with the governor. The House and the Senate are bickering. Everybody's bickering with the governor. So it's an interesting time. This is more like Florida, how it usually runs.
Do you think it's because this is the governor's last term in office? He can't re-up. This is it for him. People are starting to I can disagree now because
I think so, and I think there have been in the last few years fissures that have opened up between the governor and the president. So there's a camp that they go with the president. There's a camp who still goes with the president, but there's just this. It's kind of like 2 camps now instead of just one, with everybody just moving together on every issue.
All right, we'll see.
All right. Well, we have a lot more coming for you. We're going to talk about a little football on the show, huh?
Very little.
Very little. But it's interesting as somebody who's a big star in our state is taking off. They're getting out of here.
There are a couple of stars, too. If you're
right.
a Bucks fan, don't just talk about Miami. You got to talk about the Bucks,
Okay.
too, when we come back.
Don't lecture me. Welcome back to News 6 Tonight. Can we argue about Timothy Chalamet tonight?
No.
Can we do it?
I don't want to talk about it because you're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. Apparently, Timothy Chalamet came out. This has nothing to do with Florida
You don't even
news.
know who Timothy Chalamet is.
I don't know what he looks like, but or
Name
who he
one
is.
movie he's been in. Anything.
No, I know. No, I can't name one.
No, we can't talk about it.
Anyway, Wonka, that's the one I was trying to think of. I saw that with my kid. So
You got help. That's
so now we
cheating.
can talk about it. He came out and said nobody cares about ballet
or the opera.
The opera. What is the big deal? Who cares if he doesn't like ballet or the opera?
That's like, okay, so people can come out and go, nobody likes your movies.
Here, thank you. Look at that. DJ, you
Nobody
are
likes your
killing
movies.
it tonight.
But look, why?
Disappointed.
Who's got control of my chair? Because now it's sinking.
Oh, the View hosts are disappointed that Timothy Chalamet doesn't like opera.
As am I. Because it's an art form. If the people are making their money doing this art form, then if that's like people saying, why are they spending all this money on movies? That stupid Wonka movie, which I actually liked, because he's good. But you don't have to say everything you think. You get all these thoughts in your head. Just
Why can't you say it? We
he's
live
in
in
the
America.
arts community. Why
We live
wouldn't
in
he
America.
support? Why wouldn't he support the arts?
I have.
Why wouldn't he?
3 people a day tell me when they find out I'm a news anchor, oh yeah, I don't really like the news.
I don't care.
Do I cry about it? Does this make me upset? Do I lose sleep? No. It's okay. You don't have to like the news. This is America. Okay, let's talk about spring break because it's almost here.
Yeah.
Starting on Friday, most kids in Central Florida will be on spring break. And
Welcome.
We have
careful.
come to this time period when authorities aren't so welcoming to spring breakers. It used to be it's a big economic thing. Welcome these spring breakers.
Well, there's a track record now too.
Yeah, I mean there comes with beatings and shootings, and Miami had a
Sometimes it
rough
brings
go
some
a few
trouble.
year ago, and they
Yeah.
said, look, we're not into this anymore. We're going to ticket your vehicles, and
Yeah.
we're just going to make it a very unwelcoming place, basically for college kids. So we have a little story here, I believe, about spring break preparations down in South Florida.
At Mango's Tropical Cafe on South Beach, owner David Wallach says he's hoping for change this spring break.
What are we going to do to reverse the depression?
We're breaking up with you.
In 2024, Miami Beach successfully called it quits with spring break after seasons of violent and unruly crowds.
While that's a wonderful thing, who do you then attract with a different demographic? March is a month where everyone pays half of their year's expenses.
Miami Beach is looking to shift the focus to health and wellness in hopes of attracting a different crowd. The city is planning marathons, high-intensity workouts, even yoga. As Miami Beach opens up, Panama City Beach is cracking down.
Play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes.
That city has told unruly spring breakers they're not welcome after online flyers called for a beach takeover. The trade group Airlines for America forecasts 171 million passengers over the spring break travel period.
All right, so spring breakers, they are headed back. Those ones who won't go to Miami will now come up here to Daytona Beach, I'm sure.
They always do. But
be
you
a
got to behave
blast.
yourselves because everyone is really watching out and they're just tired of spring breakers coming in and breaking things. So
This is true.
Don't do it.
Yeah, it's in the name. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk about Waffle House and a guy named Fishback. Don't go anywhere.
Now to the food portion of our show. We had the entertainment.
let's eat.
You've never been to a Waffle House, right?
No, never been.
Okay. Well, it's not very classy, but it is very good. And if you're ever banned from one, you've done something wrong.
You're on the
Something
wrong
is
side of the
life
law.
life has really turned upside down for you. One of our candidates for governor, Mr. Fishback, is being banned from every Waffle House in Florida because he said he wanted to go to where the people are. This is where the non-sober people go, and that's where they are. So that's who he's trying to talk to. And they said, no, you can't. We will trespass you if you come and talk to people in the Waffle House. They had agreed to a deal where he could come and talk. DJ, have you been to a Waffle House? Uh-oh.
Oh.
I think
Have I been to
he's
a
classy.
Waffle House?
You're classy, DJ. Have you been to a
Waffle
Waffle
House
House?
is prime breakfast. You don't get better than Waffle House.
But it's breakfast at like what time? It's like 2 in the
Listen,
morning.
my parents are there. They're going to watch this. They go like 5 times a week. They're prime like 8, 9 a.m.
They're not
Your
going
parents
to
are Waffle
when
House
fists are
regulars?
flying.
They're not their own fists are flying. They're just Waffle House regulars. They're there all the time. And
I don't
so
think
when
I've
I
ever
visit,
heard anybody be a Waffle House regular.
well, we'll bring them in.
Well, okay.
DJ,
You need to, because
Well, maybe they can help our governor, the candidate for governor, get in there.
Look, this guy's been kicked out of Waffle House. He's now been kicked off of Tinder.
He's not having a good go of
He's just
it.
getting the boot everywhere, but I think he likes the attention. Because
It
he's
works.
the one who told
It
us
works.
that he's kicked out of all the Waffle Houses.
Yeah, but I kind of like, it's like a fireside chat with cholesterol and
Wait, you got to say when during the break you said what your order is because you surprised me a lot when you start talking.
It's the scattered, covered, and smothered.
Right.
It's so delicious. Do you know what that is?
Oh yeah. Oh,
yeah, isn't it
I
good?
know.
It's the best thing they have on the menu.
That's what I mean. You surprised me.
Ginger
So I'm
just
thinking,
sits over there and eats a bowl of kale every day.
Right.
So I don't know who this person
think it's the
is right
greasiest
now,
food.
saying that you get smothered and covered anything.
I mean, I don't get it
believe
once a decade. I have it, but it's delicious. You ought to. I'm going to take you to a Waffle House.
Can we go to a Waffle House together?
Let's go, and then we're going to fight.
Let's go there and
because
fist
that's
fight.
what they do.
Throw
Thanks for
food at
joining
each
us,
other.
everybody. Have a good night.